Welcome back, guys, to a long-awaited video. Another Fallout 76 video, which I have not done in so long. Now, this video is about how Fallout 76 is going, how it is 6 months later after I've played it, but if it's still worth playing today, for new gamers, new players. Now, to be honest, I 100% think that it's worth playing. There's no doubt in my mind that this is a great game to get into. It's not overly that expensive. You don't need Fallout First to play this game at optimum, you know. You don't need anything really. You can play, there's so many styles you can play. You can play melee, you can use your guns. There's so many guns to pick from. In just here, I don't have that many weapons, but there's all different. There's daggers, there's the bear arm, the submachine gun, there's the fixer. You got weapons that freeze people. You got bow and arrows. You can even use a shovel. And there's a literal fat man that is nuclear explosions. You can use anything pretty much you can think of. There's an axe. There's an axe weapon. That's a chainsaw axe. Whatever this is, you can. There's so many options for that. Then you have your options in armor. There's a heap of armors that you guys can get as well. You can go for power armor, or you can go for a specific sort of build in just regular armor. Like, for example, bolstering, where it grants up to 35 energy resistance and damage resistance to lower your health, so you're a bloody build. I'm trying to get the full set. I don't exactly have it yet. I would love that on my power armor, but right now my power armor is just meh. I'm going more for just a carry weight sort of build. And yeah, that's cool. That's a positive. Another positive about this game. There's a lot of positives from my perspective as just a regular gamer. I haven't played this game. Literally, I turned this on the first time in probably maybe not 6 months, maybe like 4 months. And it just, yeah, I already remember what I used to do. So I'd spawn in, I believe on my map, I'll be located, this is Deathclaw Island right here. I'll run it around, do a little jumpy jump. And then straight away, Deathclaws aren't that difficult in this, but they still give great rewards. Like, you could probably beat one at like level 20. You don't have to be that high level. Look. Yeah. And you get yourself some Deathclaw meat, some whatever, loose screws, black titanium, which you 100% want. You got an easy way of making a camp, being able to always exit out and spawn back in to a new world, and you can just come back and fight things again. Respawned. I'm lucky. I'm playing on a world where I literally am it's just me. It's on a private world because I pay for Fallout First. I love Fallout First. Fallout First is like, I don't play that often. Like, I didn't play for 2 months, but I'm really glad that I didn't stop paying for Fallout First. It's worth the money for me. Because this is a game that I'll play solidly for like 4 months straight. And then I'll just stop playing. I'll get bored of it. But then I'll come back again, like I just have right now. Like, you just get the sudden urge to want to play this game and have the grind. Then you have the new things, which are when the game came out, you didn't have this. You didn't have the chance to do daily challenges and these weekly challenges. You just had pretty much these world, social, combat, survival, and your character. And they get boring because they're just all nonsense ones. But when these ones change and they actually give you your score, there's now a scoreboard as well. I mean, that's been going on for quite a long time. But we'll show you the scoreboard. I haven't gone through much of it. I've pretty much got everything, and then I stopped playing because I just didn't want to. But there's a full scoreboard, and once you complete, well, this one, you get like cool power armor, skins. And you get a violin chair, you get perk coins so you can upgrade your player some more. And it's just like, there's a reason to play. This scoreboard gives you a reason to play, and this scoreboard's all free. The only things that aren't free is the Fallout First rewards, which are the gold ones. But that's fine. You don't need that stuff. That stuff isn't needed. Like, that's not even cool. I'd much rather the scout banner rather than the curious sign. That's just my opinion. The sheep squatch T51 paint so much better. Like, they're not amazing. Like, okay, the legendary modules, that's pretty good. And you get a reroll ×3. They're good. But you get like Stephen Scabbery for free. Is a free reward. There's so much that you can win without having to pay. You get a jetpack for free. Then you have the Atomic Shop. The Atomic Shop to me is one of its downsides, because to be honest, I don't think I'll be paying 1400 or 1800 for this. 1800 is a lot of money. And when you go to where you buy, how much? What are they sold in? Atoms. Wherever you go to buy atoms, that's like maybe $10–15. And yeah, let's go to see how much like 1800. What's 2000 atoms looking like? 2000 atoms. That's $30. That's crazy. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of that. That's it. But you do always get your little your little freebies. And like the icons aren't that expensive, they're only 50. So like that's not, if you want to have a cool icon, that's nothing. I guess these are expensive, but they're not overly too expensive, because you can earn atoms for free. I've never spent money on atoms, and I've got nearly 20,000 atoms. And I buy stuff quite frequently. Whenever I see a nice skin that I like, I'll buy it. I'll happily buy it. For example, mostly though, I'll buy things that are like this. Usually 2,500, but it's gone down to 1343. That's when you want to buy things, mostly when they're on sale. Usually everything does go on sale. Like this is cool, but it's not on sale, so I don't want it. I want just the power armor. But it's not like, oh no, sorry, it is on sale, but not like you get extras that aren't really cool. Like I don't care about that knife, and I don't care about that skin because I don't use them very often. That's just some things. Well, the negative that I've just said is these newish items, they cost way too much. Like 800 for just one suit. That's like $10–15. You don't want to really, that's Australian dollars. I'm not sure how much it is in the US or England. 500 atoms isn't too bad, but you're literally just getting a gas pump. Bethesda have a thing where they like to just take money. They'll force you. I really like some of these skins, but I only like to buy them when they're on special. Why would I spend that much on this camouflage paints? I could just get this one cool one for this. Like this one, I got on sale because I thought it was really cool. That one I got from where did I get that one? That was from a scoreboard. That one was cool as. These ones, scoreboard. Flamingo paint. I don't know what that is, but that looks cool. But not worth the 500. You can get a couple Pip-Boy paints. It's just, but not for 600. Yeah, that's just one of the negatives. I personally lately, there's daily ops. Daily ops now, you always will find someone to play daily ops with, as long as you're on a public server. Daily ops is so fun. When you have no ammo, when I have no ammo personally, I'll just go straight to there. It's just how simple that it can get to get ammo. When I run out of like things to do, there's daily ops, and there's there's this expeditions. I don't personally find expeditions all that fun. I find more daily ops fun. But it's up to you. You can do both of them. You can do one a day, but you can do them as much as you want actually every day. There's no real limit, but there's more to do than the beginning. At the beginning, it was all about, just having a cool story. And the story, to be honest, was a bit bland. When they added people, that's what made it the game it is right now. People changed it, changed the game. When they added NPCs, like this, for example. They have trading merchants. This is the best thing ever, because I can just buy whatever I want. I can sell things. It's brilliant. Next thing I'd like to talk about is storage. Now, I have unlimited storage because I have a scrap box. But if you don't have a scrap box, you're going to be restricted to 1,200 in carry weight. Now, I don't even have any junk in here, pretty much. I have this. That's all I have, and that's only taking up 4 in total. Everything else is filled with guns. If you don't have Fallout First, unfortunately, you're going to struggle with all that stuff. Because you won't have the scrap box. And then, on top of that, I also have an ammo box that you also get. Which just makes life a ton easier. Look, I can just store absolutely everything in here. That's another positive and a negative. What you'll find with this game is there's a lot of positives and there is a crap ton of negatives as well. There's no like, everything's amazing, everything's so easy, and there's no negatives. Usually there will be a negative. Now, something that I've always told my viewers to do is this. Just go here. When you're running low, get these bad boys to just shoot. Not this one specifically, hold on. He's gonna blow up in my face. I've got another fusion core, but just come here. You get literally a free fusion core. When these guys shoot at you, look. Watch my fusion cores go up. It's amazing. See? You'll just see it go up. You're gonna want to get into like a better spot. You don't even lose health. That's due to a perk, legendary perk card that I'm using. See? I'm not taking damage, but my fusion cores up. This makes the game a lot like less grindy. You just literally have to go here. Wait for your fusion cores to go up when you're long fusion cores. I mean, I have 14. Which is quite a lot, but look. And then once they're done, they're done. That's it. And you take their loot, and then you can, when you get low again, respawn. And then you can do that all over again. Get unlimited fusions or whatever. Whatever you would like to do, you can do. Fallout, when it was released, was quite frankly a shocking game. I tried so hard to love this game when it came out, but I just wasn't having it. I just couldn't I couldn't play it and enjoy it that much. I just couldn't, and that's just the facts. It was a terrible game that shouldn't have been released when it was released. But the guys who have been working on it at Bethesda, they've done an amazing job. Amazing. It is still one of my favorite games after so long. I don't know how long this game's been out, 4 or 5 years. It's aged like a fine wine, and that's not even a lie. It's great. It's great to grind. It's made grinding the thing that you want to do, and not like just a chore that you're not getting anything out of. That's big. They've figured out the cheat codes as well for that. I'm no longer just grinding aimlessly to get my scoreboard up for random crappy loots or just to level up, which is what a lot of people used to just do. Now you're leveling up to actually, to get things, to progress, to get better weapons, to get better whatever. There will be a point where you get to and you're like, all my weapons are just the same, nothing's that good, which is where I'm at. But you'll always find something that is a challenge. Like ghouls are my challenge, as you can tell. They do a fair bit of damage. But when I fight a Scorch Beast, I'm fine, because most of their damage is to do with fire. So it's yeah, there's builds now that are more important depending on what you're fighting, which makes the game so much more fun. So much more fun to grind, to get other different sort of loot, different styles of gameplay. Some enemies are way weaker to melee, but then when you're fighting, for example, when you're fighting a Scorch Beast, it's so hard to fight melee. So what a lot of people do is they will take a shoddy with them and try and just blow their wings off so they can't fly anymore. That's what a lot of people do. And you can play with friends. I love to play with friends. Get a squad going and you earn like double XP. Sometimes, depending, no, you won't earn double, but you earn a bit more than what you regularly do earn. Which again, makes it more fun. Ooh, a vampire's bow. Look at all this legendary loot that I'm getting. White Springs, one of the best places to go to fight these ghouls. They're just everywhere. And especially in the middle here, see? You can find red scorpions. I hate these red scorpions because they're just a pain. Watch, I'm gonna reload and they're gonna come now, watch. See? Now, I'm just going to get a little bit of gameplay in because I have a script that I will be reading over, voicing over soon. I made this script probably like, to be honest, I probably made it 2 months ago. I just never thought about releasing this as a video. But now I've gotten the want to record and do a bunch of YouTube again. I've got the motivation back. I've been a bit unmotivated lately to do this. I'm not sure why. My channel was going good, but I sort of gave up a little bit and started doing other things that I felt were more important to myself, instead of doing things for external reasons that would better my future, I guess. I feel like this can better my future. It helps me with my communication skills, I guess. I've always been a poor communicator, if I'm honest, but I feel like as I've been doing this sort of YouTube, it's made me have a better understanding, let me have a better understanding on how to communicate with people and see what people want and how to do things and make people, I guess, happier. I love this stuff. I love doing that. That's what I like to do. This allows me to be the best version of me. And I get to see it when you guys comment. Makes it even more the better. Oh yeah, I'll let voiceover Seb go now. Thanks, normal Seb. But now I just want to talk about that Fallout has improved immensely since its release. They have a great community now with very decent updates. The game used to be boring, but there are so many events to play as it makes there's more stuff to do. The fact that there's daily ops now and the pit, there's more reason to come back every day and play. Unfortunately though, Fallout First is still making it where it's kind of like a gym membership, I guess. So we have to pay to use better equipment. It's quite annoying, I guess. But even with this, I have seen in my comments that people are still enjoying Fallout even without these benefits. For some people, it's fun to manage storage all the time. It keeps people occupied and also bring up playtime for Bethesda. So it's a win-win if you do enjoy it for them. But also with the new update that's come out most recently like 2 months ago now, with the main thing being about there are no more legacy weapons. Fallout to me hasn't really changed at all, and for most people I feel like it hasn't either. I think a small minority of people might suffer from this update if they really enjoyed playing with their legacies, but to be honest, it's fun, but it's too overpowered in my opinion. But it's a change that had to be made, to be honest. It had to be done, just for the game's longevity. I think it made people though too overpowered, and it would suck when someone had a legacy or a group of people on a server and they would just kill whatever boss you were fighting quickly and you couldn't even just get any. You couldn't get the loot because they literally shot it down way too fast compared to the amount of damage that you and all the other people were doing. But there were the people that did like to use it, and that's okay. People who like to use it, just use it on a private server, or people just that like to use legacies as well. It doesn't have to always be on a public server. I feel like you still should be able to have the legacies, but just on your own little server. Really, that's what I think. But anyway, I love where Fallout 76 is right now. I actually enjoy getting on and doing stuff. It feels like the grind is worth, you know, it's worth grinding. All this, you know, the scoreboard, you get some good rewards and stuff. I love the feeling of leveling up and achieving something, especially with the scoreboard, and I love just my level itself going up. That is too very fun. It's like the perfect amount. Like you're bored, you're like, oh, I gotta level up, but then you just level up, and like it doesn't take forever like some games do, where you have to grind extremely hard. Like it's just for me, Fallout 76 has got like the perfect amount of each time you level up. It's nice. Like I'm level 253, 254. It's like, I know I've got a lot of hours, but it feels like I level up quite frequently, and I love leveling up. It like gives a boost of serotonin, I guess. You say it like that. But when I started playing, we didn't have anything like we do now, like the scoreboard or daily ops or those daily challenges or anything like that. To be honest, it was boring at the beginning, as I said at the beginning of the video. With all these implementations, it's a great game. It's not a perfect game. It does have its flaws. There are its glitches and whatever. It could 100% be a better game, but it could 100% be a worse game. I mean, I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10, but I also wouldn't give it a 5 out of 10. It's like in the middle. It's like a 7 out of 5, 8. It's an in-between game. Like, some people might give it a 10, and some people might give it a 2. It's a game you have to really, really like and enjoy the franchise to really enjoy this game. There's not many games specifically like Fallout 76, I feel. Really, I don't think Bethesda gets enough recognition for the work they've done to get the game to where it is right now, though. It's just a completely different atmosphere when you log on. Like, when you do one thing compared to what it used to be, you just used to grind to get good gear. But now you're grinding for all different reasons to get... Actually, to be honest, it's still to get good gear, but different good gear. Like, you want stuff for your camp, or, you know, things like that. Things like that. Not always to get the best armor or the best weapon. Sometimes it's to get other things. I remember playing the game, though, about 2 years ago, and just doing the story missions and getting bored because there was nothing much else to do. But yeah, once they put in the humanoids, NPCs, it changed the game, to be honest. It made the game feel so lively and less dead, to be honest. It actually felt like Appalachia was rebuilding itself from the ground up with the help of the main protagonist. It wasn't just you against the world of robots or whatever. But yeah, now we have everything. We have pretty much everything we've asked for. We have daily ops, scoreboards, the pit, heap of events. I can't even remember to name them all. I swear, there's like over 20 events. And then they always introduce new ones at all different times of the year, like Christmas, for example. They'll probably like release new ones, and Easter, and all those special times of the year, which means there's so much to grind for. It's not only about having the best weapon anymore, really, I feel personally. It's more about getting all different weapons in your class of build and trying to see which gun works best with whichever legendary effects. I love how we have legendary crafting, so I can craft a weapon I want and then craft it to become legendary and try and, you know, keep re-rolling until I get the legendary that I want. I hated how when you used to go to the purveyor and you would buy a 3-star legendary weapon, and it would be of any gun in the whole game, and it would work for armor, this sort of method, I guess, but because there's so many weapons and a whole heap of variety of legendary combinations, it made it so hard to pull a weapon your character actually could use that was a 10 out of 10 perfect. I mean, it made the grind a lot, like, you needed to grind a lot more. But it was like it was just obnoxious. It was way too much. But this has changed the game a lot. It's made the game a whole lot better. It's an amazing update we've gotten. And to be honest, I'd like to thank Bethesda for continuing to update Fallout 76 regularly enough to keep the game interesting and playable. They do have their ups and downs, but so does everyone. I've never really seen a perfect gaming company. Like, look at Cyberpunk 76. I personally think that game started off worse, and the updates weren't as good as Fallout 76. Fallout 76 completely, like, it's like a complete overhaul from how it started. Cyberpunk was just glitches and stuff, but Fallout 76 took it, like, Bethesda took it to like a complete new level. Cyberpunk, well, that's just one comparison of a game that was horrible at the start, and to be honest, it still isn't perfect now. Neither is Fallout 76, but a lot of the problems we had at the beginning are gone. Like, they've listened. I'm not saying that CD Projekt Red didn't listen to their fans or whatever, but yeah, I just feel like Bethesda took it a different way and took this game a lot further than Cyberpunk did. And the community is actually amazing too. Everyone who plays this game, I've never really come across anyone who's like vicious or has evil intent, I guess, in the game, like to steal your whatever items or just annoy you in the game. Everyone's always so nice. When I start a new character, like, I've had people come and give stim packs with food, a weapon, armor, and I've seen on Reddit that, and actually in my comments, that people just spawn, they leave their camp near Vault 76 and they'll just leave weapons and stuff for new level 1 players, which is so nice. And it's usually the higher level players that do this. They help the low levels. It's great to see, to be honest. It's really great to see. To end this one off though, the game actually runs very well now compared to at the beginning of when it was released. I remember there being so many bugs and the game was getting clowned for it. Now most of these bugs have been fixed completely. You won't even find any of the bugs from the beginning now. There's some new bugs, but that's gonna happen. They get fixed rather quickly now anyway. They're pretty on top with it, Bethesda. With the last update we had for Fallout 76, there were a few different bugs that came up. A noticeable one was the rifle and how one shot would empty the whole clip no matter the gun's magazine. That was fixed quick, so I think I did that in under 24 hours, which is crazy if you think about it. Now this was like maybe, to be honest, 2 months ago. Around about, so that's not the most recent update anymore, but that's just an example now of how quick they fix their issues, fix the problems, and it's amazing. It is good. It is really good. But now guys, I'd just like to thank you all for watching. I do appreciate all the views that I still get and all the subscriptions. I'm sorry that I haven't always been able to record anything lately. I was working on another 100 days video for Minecraft, but I gave up with that one. It was too, like, I don't have enough time. I'll just be uploading videos once every 2 months, 3 months. But yeah, I don't really want to do that. I'd rather just go back to what I was doing. Post like 1 or 2, 3 videos a week with, you know, just things about Fallout. I do love Fallout. So yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy this. I've seen a few people post videos like this recently of reviews, and I have taken into account their opinions, but I've really formulated my own, to be honest. People say it's bad, but I don't think this game's bad. I think this game's amazing. One of the best games I've ever personally played. For me, I could just play. This is the most game hours I've ever played. I got nearly 500 hours of this game. I know that's not a lot compared to other people, but my next most played game is only 150. Not even half. You know? So it's a great game. Yeah, but remember to like, comment and subscribe if you wish. I would never force any of you guys to do that. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Ciao.